That's great, George. The one thing that I noticed, Stacy, is I like Ryan joined the military when I was out of high school because when I got into college, my father said, "How are you going to pay for it?" And I said, "I thought you were." And he said, "No, you're going to do what I did during World War II. When I came back from World War II, he left when he was 16 and he came back in 47. He said, I had the military pay for it. So that's what I did for school. And I think about Ryan, all these military examples, Stacy, that we're using. But in fact, I look at our medical students, and I'll tell you what I tell our medical students and residents. You have something that we never had. And that is you're going to build a sense of resilience, flexibility, and community because you've lived through COVID. I mean, let's think about this. It's been 100 years since we've had a pandemic. Now, I didn't go to school during a pandemic. Ryan didn't go, George didn't go, and Stacy didn't go there, but you have. And you're faced with challenges in terms of resilience. Are you flexible? This has really tested your ability to be flexible. And you're now on plan Z. You started out with medical school and residency plan A, then you go to plan B, then in the military you learn plan C, and as Stacy and Ryan know, when you're deployed, you're usually in plan G, H, I. You're in a different plan already because everything, the friction of war is such that everything gets screwed up. Well, our medical students and residents have lived through this, and I celebrate it, and I look at one of my residents wrote a paper, and he built a home lab. Okay, he built a laboratory at home where he practices microsurgery for $800. Bought a microscope, and he published it, and it's published in Journal of Neurosurgery. And I said, think about that. That never would have come to being, this sense of innovation and resilience, had you not had COVID. Our residents are learning differently. Whoever thought that Grand Rounds was going to be on Zoom? I mean, we fit 80 people into a little room breathing on each other. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. The world. So I marvel that you all, the 22 people that are on this call, you don't have to join the military by necessity that Ryan, Stacy, and I, and George, that we had to do. You're going to get those lessons in family, friends, and mentors. Okay. You now know that family and friends mean a different things. You're going to have some humility living through this. I hope you gain some moral courage, and do the right thing all the time. You wear your mask, you protect your nurses, you protect your patients. And remember, the nurses are your family too. I mean, they're on the front line, for crying out loud. And you will be the most resilient generation of physicians in the last 100 years. Think about that, folks.
Hey everyone, Ryan Rad here from neurosurgerytraining.org. If you like that video, subscribe and donate to keep our content available for medical students across the world.